The Stock of the Day is brought to you by IG, Australia's #1 CFD provider. Trade over 17,000 markets with extended trading hours on key US shares and competitive spreads, all on an award-winning platform. Get started at IG.com.
Let's get to our stock of the day, which is Life360. Now, no big news out from Life360 today, but I did want to stick with the theme of the day, which is, of course, some of the best and some of the worst performers of 2025. The stock had a very impressive run this year, up by 40% as of today, but still down significantly from its yearly high back in October. So, you know, Life360, it's a location sharing app. It is based in the US, listed here, but also listing in the US. It is listed in the US, I should say. It's sort of expanding out of tracking your kids, your teenagers, into pets and elderly care. It's also got an advertising function, but it did disappoint the market when it updated back in October. So it's also, I would say, Kai, one of those examples of where these real sky-high valuations have been, if not brought down to earth, in 2025, certainly in the latter half of this year, we've seen a little bit of a sobering up.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think as we tend to see when the stocks go on a momentum run, they tend to fall out of value, go over valuations by quite a bit. In terms of the company fundamentals, you know, it's a solid business where a lot of the revenue comes from recurring subscriptions. And I think, you know, they definitely captured a lot of the market share, sorry. But again, you know, we're talking about valuations when people kind of look at under the hood and say, okay, well, how much is this company actually worth? It corrects itself. I think it's at about fair value. But, you know, in terms of forward going momentum, this stock has always surprised me a little bit because in terms of growth and leveraging AI, I don't really think it's directly benefiting from that. There's probably other better picks that, you know, in the tech, both the Aussie tech space as well as in the US, that are better options, if it was my opinion.
Well, would you name one of them for us?
Actually, technology one, I think at the moment where it sits, represents good value.
Okay.
So that's one that is definitely on our watch list, and we're just waiting for the right timing to get in. In the US, you know, you've got a lot more choices, a lot more exciting. So
would you put a hold on Life360, given you said it's fair value now? Got it. Thank you. Michael, Kai was questioning timing. That's kind of one thing that you like looking at. Life360. So if you believed that it was overvalued, is now potentially a good time to get in if you agree with the fundamentals?
Look, I mean, I'll just quickly refer to the chart since we've got it up on the screen. We can quite clearly see that there was a lovely uptrend for a while, and that blue line is a 50-day moving average, which is a very nice sort of filter for these tech stocks as to whether you should stay in or out. Obviously, you know, it's very hard to know when to sell, but I think if you use that as your trailing stop, in other words, when the blue line is sloping upwards and the stock is above it, you're in. Now the blue line's sloping downwards and the share price is under that line and heading lower as well. So the share price is now clearly in a downtrend. I mean, this is one that we have traded previously as a momentum thing, been out of it for a while now. I mean, based on that, I'd still say it's a sell. I mean, you might get some bounces along the way, but the chart needs to do a lot more for me to want to get in. And I mean, in terms of, you know, why is this the case? As you mentioned, Nadine, just, you know, in the past 6 months, we just haven't had a lot of enthusiasm for local tech stocks, whether it's 360, Technology One, WiseTech, Xero, etc. So are they being unfairly sold off? Look, I think some of them. I mean, if that whole sector was to find some support, would I go back into 360? Well, to be honest, part of the business does worry me a bit in that it just feels as though other competitors can come in fairly easily. I don't think they have much of a moat. So if we look at companies like Xero, WiseTech, very sticky customer base, they, to me, feel like they're getting really oversold. And okay, I wouldn't step in and buy them yet, but I feel like they'll get they'll get to a point where you could safely enter those because they're not losing customers. A competitor's not going to come in suddenly and really take away a lot of their business. 360 to me just sort of feels like one of those businesses where I don't think it'll take much for a competitor to really rock the apple cart there. So I don't know if 360 is towards the top of my list of tech stocks. So I guess the short answer is, technically it's on the way down. I'd be a seller. Even in terms of, down the track, I'm not sure if I'd want to enter it again.
Got it. Thank you. All right. That's our view on the stock of the day, Life360.
The stock of the day was brought to you by IG. Trade over 12,000 shares and ETFs, including major tech giants with extended hours on an award-winning platform. Get started at ig.com.